Okay, so I know that when I was jumping back into film photography, I was just devouring content. What does this mean? What does that mean? What is this camera? Who shoots that camera? What do their pictures look like? So today I thought I would just go over a little bit of vocabulary. So when we think about, the digital cameras we have today, well, before mirrorless came along, we would say a DSLR. Well, what does DSLR stand for? Sometimes I think a lot of digital photographers don't even know what that means. But it stands for Digital Single Lens Reflex System. The film cameras were just known as SLRs, Single Lens Reflex System. So there's one lens on that camera. Now, you may have heard of a TLR, which is a twin lens reflex system, which is what we have here. So there's two lenses. They're the same focal plane, but one acts as the viewfinder and one actually captures the image, but they move together. So if you were to focus this camera, you would see they would go in and out from the side. Shooting through these, you don't shoot at eye level, you shoot through, you look down here and then it reflects out this way so you can see it. These are funny because if you go this way, it actually kind of goes that way. So it's backwards when you're focusing and composing your frame. I still have to get used to that. I'm not quite used to it. It's been one of the harder ones for me. Maybe not for you. Maybe it's super easy. So then it reflects the image up here, what you're seeing. And then when you click the shutter, the mirror flips up and it exposes the film. And I can show you that on these. So this is actually a digital SLR or DSLR. This is a SLR, which is a film camera. But they have the same mechanism. So if I show you here, we have the mirror. And when you click the shutter, what happens is this mirror flips up and the shutter, there's a little curtain in there. The shutter opens up and for a brief second, the film is exposed to whatever settings you had and it imprints the scene on the film. Digital cameras are the exact same way. They just do it with a digital sensor instead of film. So this isn't a full frame camera, so it's teeny tiny. But if you can see the mirror, when you press the shutter, it'll flip up, expose the sensor, and that's how you'll get your image. So it's the same technology, crazily enough, right? It's just using a sensor instead of film. So that's just kind of the difference between the TLRs and the SLRs, in case you had been seeing those terms thrown around and wondered what that was. They were kind of invented around the same year, but obviously this is like a more compact camera, and we equate these, I think, with more modern cameras just because that's what we see more often.